Hi, how you doing? I hope you're well. Thank you very much for watching this. This post is just a very quick email that I've received, and I wanted to share it with you because it's very common of what an abusive situation is. So with no further ado, let me go on. Hi Will, I'm writing to thank you for your video blogs. The internet is a big help for sorting out the confusion when you think you are in an abusive relationship, but your blogs have been the most effective at helping me see things clearly. Thank you very much. Verbal abuse and emotional abuse is not a tangible thing. It wasn't until my husband did something tangible that I woke up and realised that things were not right. My husband was verbally abusive many nights of the week for at least 5 years, and one night during one of these times he said he was going to sell my car and buy himself a new one, as he was sick of me having the decent car. I had by that stage learnt not to defend myself or argue, and eventually, when he was quiet, I went to sleep. In the morning, I couldn't find my car keys. My son handed me the keys, which had been given to him by my husband. I had till then completely forgotten about what had happened the night before, and it was that tangible event that I needed to find out what was going on. Until this point, I had tried to put right all the things that he said were wrong. I did some research, told my family, a couple of close friends who supported me. I saw a solicitor, got some advice, and got together enough courage to ask my husband for a separation. I took my children away as I knew he would react very badly. And he did react very badly, and shouted, and I left the house and stayed with a friend. My husband begged for a second chance, got help for depression, and saw 2 different therapists. He was also drinking very heavily at the time, which he still does, she says. However, a year and a half later on, I am still in the same situation. Some things are better, but the verbal and emotional abuse are escalating again. He is down and depressed, hates his job, money is tight, and he blames me for all these things. He has bought himself a new car, which added to the financial strain, but I am getting the blame for spending too much money on groceries and for being crap at running the home, etc., etc. I also run a small business which does bring some money in, as well as being a hands-on mum. He did not discuss the purchase of the car with me. He just did it, and then he tried to get me to use and enjoy it. I found myself not being able to discuss how unhappy I was, as I knew it would be inflammatory, as this was something that he had bought to make his life happier. Last week, in defence of the accusation that I had spent too much money, I said that maybe he should have bought a car that was half the price, and he was furious. And I knew why I hadn't mentioned it before. I'm not going into a lot of detail, as I'd have to write pages and pages and pages. I have tried twice in the last 2 weeks to ask for a separation, but the conversation goes round in circles, from him threatening to fight for custody of the children, to taking them abroad, and not helping me with maintenance. Then, only an hour later, he was saying whatever, I could have the children and the dog, but blamed me, and then went down a different road, saying that splitting up would be wrong for the children, and that it would all be my fault. The next day, he behaved as if everything was the same and we hadn't had the discussion the night before. Then pretty much the same thing happened the next week. I have now got to the point where I know that I am the one that has to sort this situation out. And as well as dealing with the normal anxieties about how it will affect our children, I'm trying to approach it in a way that will have the least impact on my husband's behaviour. Anyway, thank you. Any time that I have a moment of self-doubt, I click on your video blogs. Gosh, that's touching to me. Anyway, I click on your video blogs and it helps me reaffirm what I know on the inside. I hope that makes sense. Regards. Gosh, that touched me. All these emails like this, they're very common, they're very normal, of abusive situations. So I wanted to share that, and thank you for sharing it with me, but I wanted to share that with you so that you know what it's like, you know what abuse is and how it can operate and how normal it can be, especially if you've been brought up with an environment with parents that have that kind of relationship. It's just normality. So of course you fall into normality, and you get more of the same. So I look forward to hearing from that person about what's happened and what decision they've made and what courage they've retained, because everything is within you already. And if these blogs help, well, yes, again, that moves me very much. Oh, it does. So thank you very much. It's fine to be touched by emotion. I think it's authentic. So yeah, good. I hope you're touched by it as well. You should be. And if you've got people that you think might be experiencing or suffering from emotional abuse issues, why not point them in this direction? Why not? It sounds like a selfish request, but why not request? Sorry, not request. Why not rate these videos? It'll help the search. I seem to be searching well in Australia and Florida. I don't know why. Yeah, please rate the video and help the searching. Help this as a resource to other people. Many thanks for listening and watching. Speak to you soon, and do keep the emails coming. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.